Morning guys. So today I want to do something a little bit different. I wanted to cover something that I was a bit confused on initially until I did some further research, and I noticed there wasn't a lot of coverage on this particular topic. So I wanted to compare these two Echo leaf blowers. This is an Echo PB-2520. You can pick this up at Home Depot for about 150 bucks. And this one on the right is a PB-2620 from Echo's X series, which is about 200. So what I wanted to cover here is what are the differences between these two blowers, and which one should you buy, and is it worth the extra $50? So right off the bat, you see there are a couple of visual differences without even looking too hard. You see the 2520 doesn't have this bar along the bottom here, which just adds a little bit of stability, you know, keep it from tipping over and whatnot. I believe it is removable if you don't like it. You also have this grip on your hand here. So notice this has that rubberized grip. This one does not. Not a huge difference. The 2620 is a little bit more comfortable. You do notice the air cleaner. So this one has just a snap together air filter. Come on, there we go. So I just got one of those felt style filters that Echo is pretty well known for. This one has a much larger air filter housing with two screw-on fittings, so it's much more positively retained. Come on, come on. 12,000 miles of threads later. I believe this one has a pleated paper filter. So this one, I think, has a foam pre-cleaner, so it'll have better filtration, designed for commercial use. So you see here you have your automotive style pleated paper filter, and you have a foam pre-cleaner in the housing. So those are some obvious differences. The less obvious, actually there's one more obvious difference that you can't see on camera right now. Let's get you over to the other end. The other obvious difference is in the blower tubes, which you can't see yet, but now hopefully you can. So the 2520 on the right has a slight bend to it in the tube. Not sure exactly why Echo does that, but notice the 2620 is straight. Onto the tube ends, you notice the 2620 has the steel wear ring, whereas the 2520 does not. Okay, so back onto some of the less obvious differences. The 2520 has, I think, a 18.6 ounce fuel tank. The 2520 is a 20.3 ounce fuel tank, so it holds a little bit more fuel. That's always nice. There's actually internal engine differences too. So this engine has a piston with a single piston ring, and this one has a piston with two piston rings. You can check that out from the illustrated parts list if you want to double check me. And it also has a chrome plated cylinder. So the 2620 should last longer as well. What else is there? More minor differences in my opinion. This one has the 2520 has a throttle linkage. The 2620 has a throttle cable, and the carburetors are different. So let's see, am I forgetting anything? I think those are the major differences. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out, if you guys have any accessories from any of the older blowers, like for example the Yard Shield fogger, I think they also made a gutter attachment for the older like PB-200, PB-251, PB-255. They will not fit these blowers. The tubes are a different size, unfortunately. So, for example, this blower here, this is maybe 10-15 years old or so. This is a PB-251. You can take off this whole tube and put a mosquito fogging system on this blower. And I checked that mosquito fogging system will not fit this, at least not a cursory examination. The tubes are physically different sizes. And I believe that's because these two blowers are Echo's top performing handheld blowers ever made. So airflow wise, they are quite a bit better than the competition. I think they're pretty close actually in performance. I want to say the PB-2620 has a very, very slight advantage, but you're not going to notice it in real world use. Tough word to say. So I guess now that we've covered some of the obvious visual differences and the not so obvious ones, let's get them fired up and let you hear them. And this one actually has never been used, so it'll be its first startup. Let's put some 2-stroke gas in her. I like to use Echo Red Armor Oil. You can get that at Amazon, Home Depot. I'll give you guys a link to it. There's the garbage truck. Never fails. As soon as I hit record, something else crops about. This is the oil I use. You can get it at Home Depot. You can get it on Amazon. All different sizes. It's a really good oil. Doesn't smell bad. Makes it 50-to-1. You can use it in just about everything except marine engines or water-cooled engines. Let's give her a shot. First time she's run. Give her a couple pumps. Let's see what happens. Not bad. Pretty quiet. Noise level's about the same. They both like to dance around a bit. They both seem pretty well balanced. They both bounce around a lot, geez. All right, so you guys heard a comparison, running, you heard the feature difference. All in all, I would say they're very, very similar machines. If you're really, really cost conscious and you're trying to pinch every penny and you're a homeowner and you don't need the absolute best, 2520 is probably your machine. If you're a commercial user or a homeowner that just wants the best available equipment, 2620. And again, the differences are very minor if you're using this once or maybe twice a week. Either one will probably last you for 30 years if you take care of it, use the right fuel. But if you're using it in dusty environments and you want that second piston ring, and again, if you just want the top of the line and you don't mind spending an extra 50 bucks, 2620 is your machine. If I had to do this purchase again, I kind of fit into that category where whenever I buy something, I buy the best available and just keep it forever. So I'd probably go with the 2620. I think the features are worth it. The bigger air cleaner, the bigger fuel tank. I'll tell you, the fuel tank is probably the single biggest benefit for me because I have that other little handheld blower over there, that 251. I use that for blowing out the garage and cleaning off my workbench and just general front yard stuff. And I had to fill that thing with gas quite a bit, so this tank is quite a bit bigger than that one, so I'm very thankful for that. Even this one is bigger than that tank, so either one is an upgrade over the 251. Now you might need that other 251, which they do still make, if you have if you work in an HOA or areas where there are noise regulations. That one is a little bit quieter. These are 70 decibels each. I think that one is either like 69 or 67 or something like that. So you need a quieter one. That's your best bet. Anyway, hope you guys found this useful. Stay safe, everybody. Please subscribe if you liked the video.